Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about some of the most common security issues while traveling or living in the Philippines. Stick around. After living in the Philippines for now going on 7 years, I've come up with a little list of things that I think are some of the more common security issues that expats or visitors tend to run into when coming out to the Philippines here. So we're going to go ahead and start off. And number one is simply trusting with too much information too quickly. And that is not just with Filipinas that you may be out dating, but it may be also with other expats. Now, before we get into this, I do want to let you know that this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN, the VPN that I personally use and trust. I also want to let you know that Surfshark does pay me to do these advertisements, and I use that money so that Maya and I can do more vlogs, travel to more places, and upgrade on my equipment, giving you the best audio and video quality possible. As I've mentioned before, Maya and I use Surfshark VPN so we can stream all our favorite TV shows from all across the world. We never have to worry about logging in and that content not being available here in the Philippines, because we can simply turn on our VPN, switch locations to the US or Australia or wherever, and we get a whole new lineup on things on places like Netflix, or we'll get access to streaming services like Hulu, HBO Max, Peacock, Paramount, and other streaming services. We also use it just for security. Whenever Maya and I go out and we're hanging out at the coffee shop, we log into Surfshark VPN and protect our identity and whereabouts, so we are protected when we want to log in, check banking information, or anything like that. Right now, if you sign up with Surfshark VPN, you will get 3 months free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and sign up today by clicking the link down in the description or in the pinned comment, or scan the QR code that is on my screen that you see. Now back to the video. Right, so what do I mean by trusting too much or too much information and too quickly? Well, I'm going to relate a story to you that happened to, I wouldn't say he's a friend, an acquaintance that watched my channel. And if he's watching, I don't ever mention names or anything, but he did give me this information, said it was okay to share. He was in country, I think maybe 2 weeks. He had met a girl, a Filipina, and I would say this is the exception, not the rule, because most guys don't have these experiences, but they can happen, and it could happen in the US or any other country. But he met this girl, he went on a date with her. Anyway, they ended up back at his place, and well, she spent the night. And when he woke up in the morning, guess what? She was gone. And so was his rent money, which I think was around 25, 40K, something like that. And so it wasn't any small amount. It was $750, $800. And you know, if you come out here and you're living on just a pension or a Social Security check on a fixed income, that is a major problem, right? When your rent disappears and your next payday is not until the 1st again. Well, he knew right away it was her, but he doesn't have proof. He couldn't go to the barangay hall, or he couldn't go to the police. I mean, there's really not much you can do. You don't really have any evidence. Now, this is what I call two mistakes: trusting too quickly, somebody you literally just met, and then have taken her back to your house, and guess what? In the course of the night, in front of her, he went and put his passport or his credit card or his excess money for the night in his little box or in his wardrobe closet in front of her. Now, does that make a whole lot of sense, having a secret stash, but in front of somebody you've known for hours? Put your money away and put it in that location? Hence the name Secret Stash, right? It's supposed to remain a secret. Now, I would say keep it a secret well into a relationship. well until you know and trust each other, and that certainly is not after a few hours. This can also happen with expats. You know, like I said before, I hear more problems between expat to expat than I do with Filipino to foreigner. Now, I do want to mention again, this is the exception and not the rule. I really don't hear very often of things like this happening, but they do happen. Another security issue that a lot of expats make, that I seem to repeat myself and tell people about it, and I'm guilty of it when I first got here, but people carry all their IDs or their credit cards all in their wallet and so much cash. To this day, I have a friend who's been here, I think 4 or 5 years now, and he says, well, I want to be prepared for emergencies, so I carry 20K with me at all times. I'm thinking, there's hardly an emergency that you really need to carry 20K cash with you. I mean, I don't really foresee ever needing more than 5K cash and one card with you. And then you keep the other cards and the other IDs at home. You need maybe your Philippines driver's license or your ACR card. That's Alien Certificate of Registration. Or you have, but you don't ever carry your US license, your Philippines license, your ACR card, all these different things with you, plus 4 credit cards and $20,000 in cash. It's just a recipe for a disaster. And then when you do lose your wallet, or it gets stolen or whatever, you're in a lot harder of a spot, let me tell you. So don't carry all this with you. You don't even need to carry your passport with you. Really, even localized travel here in the Philippines, if I wanted to go, say, to fly to Davao from Dumaguete or Dumaguete to Cebu, I don't bring my passport. There's no need. I just need to bring, I could bring a paper copy if I wanted, but I just bring my driver's license. That's all you need, is just a photo ID. The other thing is, I still see a lot of foreigners with too much, I guess the term would be bling, right? They are walking around with appears to be a Rolex. It's probably not a Rolex, but it appears to be. And if it appears to be one, well, then you're making yourself into a target. You got multiple gold chains, multiple gold rings on. There's no need to flaunt it. This is not the U.S. This is not Paris or Rome or Sydney, Australia, where you should be sporting all your jewels, It's just not a good idea. I would just avoid it. The last one I wanted to mention is just going out drinking in expat bars or even Filipino bars. Now, I enjoy a margarita and I enjoy a mojito. I enjoy a good German beer every once in a while. And sometimes at home, Maya and I will have a glass of wine or maybe a few, or we'll have friends over for a barbecue and we'll enjoy three margaritas maybe on a crazy night. But we don't really, if we want to drink, we really do it more of in this type of atmosphere. We don't, at our homestead, we don't go out and hang out at the bars. Every time you hear some crazy expat story in the Philippines, there's usually alcohol in a bar associated with it. So if you want to avoid the drama in Dumaguete or anywhere else, avoid the drinking and avoid the bars. And if you want to drink, but do it at home. Do it at maybe a party at a friend's house or something like that. Nothing good ever comes from hanging out at bars in foreign countries, typically. Especially with a bunch of other drunk foreigners. Things get said, and next thing you know, you're fighting. And here in Dumaguete, there was an incident not too long ago where, I don't know, I'm not even going to try to explain all the details because even I don't know them all, but apparently 4 guys had an altercation with this one guy, and I guess it started in a bar, and they ended up going to his house with guns, or with a gun, and obviously if they have a gun, the intention was to cause bodily harm, right? And the 4 of them ended up going to jail, probably just for a night or two. This is the Philippines. If you got money, you can get out. But next thing you know, it turned into an ass whipping for the 4 of them. These are the things you don't want to have happen to you in the Philippines, or anywhere for that matter. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know some other security issues that you have in mind, or that have happened to you, or that you can think of, and comment down below for others to learn, and maybe help the newbies who are coming over for the first time, or even some of us who've been here for a while and still haven't picked up on some of these things. So guys, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't checked out my website, geointhephilippines.com, go ahead and sign up for my free newsletter and be kept up to date monthly of what's going on with news articles, places to travel, things like that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.